What's going on, guys? Your boy G here. Glad to have you, like always. So today, I walked in the bird room for something in the morning, thinking that these two shaft-tails, were both males. And I had the diamond firetail in here and the Indian silverbill in there as well. So I just said to myself, just let me check the nest just to see what's going on. And I did. And what I found was an egg. I knew the Indian silverbill was a male for sure. And I knew the diamond firetail 100% male. So they only left me with one thing. I wasn't sure about these two. I thought they were both males. This one that's right on the camera now, she's the female. So I'm gonna have to put a little ring on her foot and mark her down. Yesterday I gave them eggshell and I gave them water, fresh water. So now that I've seen that I have an egg inside, I put calcium in the water for them. I gave them more eggshell with some mealworms for the protein, and they have their own grip pot inside the cage, and they got the kettle bone. It's very important to give these necessary ingredients to these birds so they can do their job and we can do ours. If we supply them with what they need, then they will reward us with, laying eggs, raising their own youngs, stuff of that nature. Every bird guy, when they buy a pair of birds, the first thing that's on their mind is, man, I can't wait for this bird to have babies, to breed, to lay eggs. But these birds do have their steps, they lay their egg, you take the eggs out, you put a dummy egg, so all the babies are born within the 1 day of each other. And after she's done laying, if you don't have no foster parents, you might be 50-50 with it, because she might kill the babies, throw them out the nest, or stop feeding them, whatever the case may be. So we have to supply these birds with what they need in order so they can do their job and we can do ours. It's just how it works. Keeping bird is a beautiful thing, but just know that they can't find everything by themselves. We have to provide everything. Keep the cage clean. You got to keep an eye out on birds. If you don't have the eye for the bird, then you don't know if your bird is going egg bound, if your bird needs some type of medicine, whatever the case may be. I suggest you look it up in the internet. Nowadays, you can look anything up before you start buying birds. A good bird to start off with: society finches, zebra finches, canaries, parakeets. Those are very hardy birds. Once you get to the more delicate birds, they cost more money, and you don't just want them to die. So let's provide the birds with what they need. I like to give them eggshell, grit, calcium in the water, and other high protein meals. I can't stress it enough. When the birds are on when they passed their first egg, you put the liquid calcium in the water, and they passed their first egg, give them that eggshell. I like to give it before they even pass the egg, a week before, 2 weeks before. I started off with only on Saturdays I'll give it to them. okay? And it will take a couple days before they eat everything. Some eat it all in a day or so. And then I'll go, if I gave it on Saturday, they took till Monday to finish everything. I'll give it to them like on a Wednesday, and then Saturday again. And once they pass that egg, then they'll have chicken eggshell in their cage until they're done passing all the eggs. And it can only be a little piece. It can be a little piece. It doesn't need to be a whole chicken egg or a half chicken egg. It can be a half. If you have the half, if you cut the crack the chicken egg in half of that half, crumble it up, not into fine pieces, but crumble it up and put it in a little bowl, and you will see how they love it. So these laid eggs, and as you can see here, they have the mealworm and crushed chicken eggs. They got their grit on the side here. And now the waters are tinted. As you can see, there's calcium. This Paragulio started laying yesterday as well. So that was very exciting for me, that this pair was gonna lay. The beautiful pair. The male's the blue and the female's the green. I just put these birds together, you know, it's gonna be probably 2 weeks, I think. And I already got eggs. That tells me that my job that I'm doing with these birds is correct. Temperature, humidity, air intake into the bird room, the exhaust of the bird room. You know, I got a little fan that pushes air out and that circulates air in here, because it can get hot in this little shed. So all these little factors has to play a role. You know, you put a bird in a room, if it's too cold, they're not gonna breed. If it's extremely hot, they're not gonna wanna breed. You know, if there's no airflow. So I got this little fan, and I wanna build it in, like over here, so everything goes out. But I just can't make a hole in the wall, and you gotta study these things so nothing comes in. You know, I gotta make some stuff on the outside, like a box screen, so nothing can get in, double wired side. And but for right now, everything is working perfectly fine. You see, even this guy that's by himself gets chicken eggs, the eggshell. She's gonna lay any day now. You can see the bottom. Her bottom is getting fluffy, way fluffy. This pair is gonna lay. This pair is definitely gonna lay. Starfinch is gonna lay. They're all gonna lay. They're all ready in that process to lay. So, but that really surprised me that I had an egg in there. And so I ran away and right away took the birds, and these two males were in there with them, you know. I took them right out. Now they can stay here for now. I hope this pair of society starts laying soon. I put a dummy egg in there. I don't like to breed Cremino Lutinos to Cremino Lutina. That's not what I want to do. Okay? These birds will come out weak genetics. You can see that already with the male, how he moves his head. There's like a delay. It's like he pulls his head and then it comes back slow. Like it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to just turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. But his is like churn, and then it takes a second, and then it picks it up. The trained eye will pick it up. The untrained eye can't see it. But everything is doing well. Everybody's good. All the birds are good. They're healthy. I'm having a good time with them. These little guys, look at them, they don't stop. They're easy to get to breed. I just really didn't start focusing on them. You know, I just put them in here. I give them what they need in their little pot. And if they want to breed now, they can. If not, I'm willing to wait another year with them. No rush. Turn around here. This beautiful pair. Let's see if my zebra finches laid any eggs. Nope, nothing yet. Beautiful bird, I tell you. Saffron finch, canário da terra. Fala aí, meu povo brasileiro, beleza? I'm Brazilian, if you guys didn't know. But yeah guys, make sure your birds got the chicken eggs, the eggshell. You see how they put it on the bottom here? Just because they did this doesn't mean the egg is not good. This egg is still good, okay? So isn't this. You can use these for pieces, alright? We're gonna save those. See how they have it in there. Very important, you know. Let me show you guys the babies. Let me put this over here. Let me show you guys some of the babies. I gotta put food for them so that mom and dad can give these babies some feed. They're growing. They're growing. Well guys, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Make sure your bird got the grits. Here are the grits that I use. And I buy the small bags. Not because I don't want the big bags, it's because the freshness of it. You know, even my egg food, I buy the small bag. I got my chicken egg bag. And this one, the difference between this is just a dye. This company identifies this brand with them, and this is another company. I think this is Abba's Bird Supply. They like to dye their minerals and stuff. So, and it smells amazing. It smells like a mint, and the birds attract to it very quickly. So make sure your birds got the grit, guys. Make sure you give your chicken eggshell to your birds. Sound like a broken record, but believe me when I say it, it helps your birds. Your birds will thank you in their own way, and you will see the results. Believe me when I say it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.